I'm just about to run through a demonstration of a subtle problem in the version 4.4 Advanced Tabs implementation. I suspect it has something to do with the combination of MDI tab windows and the XP menus. First I'll see if I can reproduce the problem. Just running the sample browser and having a look at the diagram samples. The diagram builder is an application that's quite close to my application in that it combines tabbed MDI windows with a menu system. So I'm going to open up, let me see, I'm going to open up a couple of diagrams just so there's some content in the MDI tab. Okay, this is one problem in that a diagram related problem that stream parsing of the EDD files that come with the samples fails. This has been around for a while, but if you ignore it, it still loads the bulk of the EDD file. Okay, so now I've got two tabs with some content in it, so that displaying the tab is not trivial. Well, actually the drawings are quite small, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Now if I flip between the tabs, you notice there I clicked on one tab and the tabs moved in order. Let's see if I can reproduce that. And now I can't reproduce it. Ah, there it goes. So that I clicked on it and the tabs reordered themselves. So that's one of the problems. The other problem is that the performance is poor compared to previous Essential Studio versions or Essential Tools. It just feels sluggish clicking between the tabs. I'll illustrate when I run the 4.1 samples that the responsive is much better. Now, so the responsiveness is another problem, and the last problem, the one I really need to illustrate, is the display problem where when flipping between tabs you get the underlying window from another process being displayed temporarily, which is most disconcerting and needless. It looks like some sort of implementation issue within the tabs because it hasn't happened before recent versions. I think it's just 4.4, but I'm not totally sure. I'll just keep clicking away to see if I can reproduce that problem. It's difficult to reproduce, so bear with me. I might be clicking away for a few minutes. When it does happen, it can happen like on the whole window or just a portion of the window. The reordering makes it difficult to flick between it consistently because I often click on the same tab again because the tabs have been reordered. I'll keep doing this and probably edit the video if I have to do it for minutes on end. Oops, oh, there we go. Did you see that? Combo box is not from the sample, it's from the underlying sample browser application. So somehow the window of the process underneath the current window in the advanced tab peeked through, which is most disconcerting. So I'll click on the tab again. Oh, I've got now somehow I've effectively, the tabs have got themselves confused, displayed the underlying window for a fraction of a millisecond. I've clicked on the underlying window, which has effectively brought it to the front, but not properly, in that it's in a half sense, where Windows thinks the underlying sample browser application is on top, but it hasn't been fully redrawn. So let me just, I'm going to click on the, reselect the diagram builder from the start menu to make sure it's on top and try and reproduce it again. It's just frustrating. Okay, I'm pretty keen to reproduce. So what I'm going to do is just bring up, I often have Visual Studio in the background, so I'll bring that up. It's pretty distinctive look, so that's why I'm using that as a background. So now I'll bring the diagram builder sample up and continue to try and reproduce it. There we go, there it goes again. And sometimes the click doesn't, oh there we go, there's another one. Well, anyway, you get the idea. For some reason, in between the switching between the tabs, the windowing system or the Essential Tools implementation somehow gets confused and lets the underlying window below the application window peek in through. Now, so that's, I've observed that in version 4.4. Now if I run the 4.1 sample browser, just as an illustration that this functionality was fine before, it's only been recently introduced as a problem. So I'll do the same thing in terms of open up. Actually, I'll try opening up. These are the EDD files from 4.4. I don't think it makes any difference, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, that's okay. The only reason they're there is just to provide Windows with some content in the this example. Okay, so now I've got them, and now if I just flick between them, notice the tabs don't reorder themselves, and the responsiveness is far better, and the underlying window display fault doesn't occur. So that's it. Thanks.